Boy, it's a hot one here. I don't know how it is for you. Just 2 seconds. Right, excellent. Keep hydrated. If it's good enough for Ronaldo, it's good enough for me. Hi and welcome to this video where we're talking a little bit about longer form and shorter form content, some ideas about strategies of how you could use both, what I'm doing, what my chosen route is, but also how you can use longer form content to create some of that shorter form content. And I think that's a valuable way of us being able to attract new audience members to see the value, the information, the skills, the knowledge and expertise that you want to share with your ideal audience, and who knows, maybe even entertain them too. And speaking about entertaining, if you're turning up again because you want to watch one of my one take wonder videos where I'm trying to record this in one block, if you like, or one recording without doing any of those sneaky edits to hide any potential ums and ers that I'm going to spit out during this video, and fingers crossed that I don't. And the whole reason for me trying to remove those is so I can come across a bit better when I'm talking to people in real life, because nobody wants to hear somebody and or erring when they're thinking, because essentially I'm just trying to say that I've got more to say, but also trying to cut down in on my editing time as well. So hopefully you can get some information from me and potentially have a good laugh as well, depending on how badly I do. I'm going to put some information down there, and I've already said one, so there's no chance of me getting zero this video. Next time, maybe. But getting back to the idea of shorter form or longer form content and which version we should be creating. Now, for me, I'm going to say, for my idea and my strategy, I want to create more videos on YouTube, and it's something that I've been following more steadily. I said enough one, more steadily recently, and it's something that I've got a longer form strategy for. So I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking this isn't going to be a 5-minute project. It's something that I enjoy doing, and it's something that people have taken value from. So I'm going to keep on pursuing that, with the goals in mind for me growing some form of audience on here, but also to help people with what it is that I know. As well as that, and with that strategy in mind, I am going for that longer form content first approach. And I think that's something that you should consider too, especially if you're like me, trying to grow an audience, trying to share what it is that you love to do and the knowledge that you have. I think a longer form platform such as a YouTube video or podcast is a great medium for you to share that information. Not only that, but it gives us the ability to connect with our ideal audience on a deeper level. So instead of rushing the information out and not being very memorable, you can have the chance to actually get to know somebody. And the amount of people that I feel that I know because I watch their content or because I listen to their podcasts, whereas actually I haven't ever talked to them in my life, is incredible. Absolutely incredible. I did another one. But I'd imagine if I did see somebody who I consume content for, I might even be tempted to talk to them like I know them. And I've heard lots of stories for people who've got bigger channels than me, who've actually had that experience where people come up to them, talk to them, and it's a bit strange for them because they're normally just talking to the camera. But anyway, it gives us the ability to go in a bit deeper, to have that more human connection with people. And the other benefit for creating that longer form content is because you can create information and videos or podcasts that can be consumed further down the line. Now, if it is that you're creating videos or podcasts that are more time bound or time sensitive, if you're doing a camera review and that camera is going to go out of date, or if you're just updating people on news events, for example, then it might be really time sensitive. So you might want to deliver that information in a bit more of a concise way and a bit more bite-sized format so people can consume it a bit quicker. But if it is that you're taking the approach of thinking about topics that are going to be around for a while, and we call that evergreen content, then it's going to work in your favor, because if you can create an interesting enough video that captures people's attention and you can talk to them for a long period of time, providing the good quality information that they are interested in, then YouTube especially is going to start recognizing that video is something that is good. And when people search for it days, months, years down the line, then it's going to suggest your video as one of those that it puts in front of people, and then you're not anywhere near the camera when people are actually watching that, unless you're recording a video, but that's for another day. So I suppose that's similar to how people think of in regards to passive income, and I'm sure that YouTube is considered as a passive income strategy there. But for me, it's all about creating that connection, that having that discoverability in the future, and that possibility using that evergreen content. I think podcasts are also a fantastic way of us doing this, and podcasts, has to be said, are a little bit harder for people to discover. But with podcasts, when somebody finds your show, quite often they will go back through the back catalogue and listen to other interesting episodes that they see in your podcast episode list. As well as that, you got to remember that people often listen to podcasts when they're doing something else. So they're out for a jog, they're commuting, or they're even doing the chores. So having a longer episode is something that's more appealing to them, because they don't want to be going in their pocket every 5 minutes to keep scrolling through and selecting a different podcast episode for them to listen to. So there's some arguments for why we should create longer form content. Now, shorter form content certainly does work, and everyone's heard of, I'd imagine, and seen the rise of TikTok and other platforms doing a bit of copycat action with Instagram and even YouTube with shorts. I think that those platforms are brilliant for entertainment, but my personal opinion is, for if it is that you're trying to build that connection with people, it's just not the right way to go. Now, I think that doesn't mean that we have to ignore shorter form content altogether, but my approach and my suggestion to you is taking that longer form content, that video, that podcast, and listening back to it when you're editing it, and identifying areas that would be valuable to share. What are those key moments that would hook somebody into coming across to listen to that longer form content, or even just providing value in that shorter format. So for me, and something that I've done quite successfully recently, and I hesitated there because successful for me isn't necessarily millions of views. It was a couple of hundred views, I think. But even so, I'm super blessed and happy that I got that result. I released a video here on YouTube. I took some time to package it into a shorter clip that then I shared on my LinkedIn channel, and got about 200 views on that video, and then brought some people across to my YouTube platform to then watch that video on the channel and also subscribe to what it is that I'm doing here. It gives me a great opportunity to say, if you are still here and you're getting value from this, then please do hit subscribe. You make me very happy, but also hopefully I can provide you with more content like this in the future. So those are some examples of, for me, the strategy that I'm taking with creating more longer form content, repackaging that and repurposing that into the shorter form versions, and then that gives that longer form content more opportunity to attract new audiences, but also still provide you with value to the audience on that shorter form platform of choice. Hope you've enjoyed this, and if you want to hear more from me, then click on one of the videos you see on screen. Be sure to subscribe, give me a like if you enjoyed the video, comments below too, and I'll catch you in the next one.